What's up, Tricology family? Welcome back to another episode of the Tricology News Talk. Boy, and I got some news for y'all today and some more updates for y'all. So let's not waste time with this intro. Let's get things started, shall we? So, as you know, we've been doing this on all of the episodes of the coronavirus, the pandemic, have been screwing with the movie theater industry, but now, not just COVID, but you got this Delta variant stuff going on. As we mentioned before, that clip of the Big Red Dog from Paramount has been moved, but that's not the only Paramount movie has been moved. So you might want to brace yourselves, okay? So, Top Gun Maverick and Mission Impossible 7, two of Tom Cruise's big upcoming movies coming up, has now been fleed to 2022 due to the coronavirus / Delta variant. And this is what Yahoo News says in report. Paramount Pictures on Wednesday postponed the release of Top Gun Maverick, sending another of the fall's top movies out of 2021 due to the rise of the coronavirus cases and the Delta variant. So instead of opening on November 19th, the Top Gun sequel starring Tom Cruise will instead debut on Memorial Day weekend next year on May 27th. Additionally, Mission Impossible 7 was delayed from May 27th to September 30th of next year. The postponement is the latest setback to Hollywood's once hopeful fall movie season. The Delta-driven surge has been upending the industry's plans for some return to normalcy at multiplexes. The flight of Top Gun Maverick followed the similar delays to Paramount's clip of the Big Red Dog. Also, Paramount on Wednesday put Jackass Forever, which is Jackass 4, from October 22nd to now February 4th. While some studios have heard their bets on their big releases by simultaneously streaming them on the release, Paramount Pictures and Sony Pictures have tried to stay on course of a more traditional theatrical releases. Sony earlier delayed Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage, from September to October 15th due to the rise in cases. Following Paramount's announcement, Sony on Wednesday moved Ghostbusters Afterlife from November 11th to November 19th. So that's your latest news on big movies are being delayed, folks. So yeah, for anyone that was excited to see Top Gun Maverick, I know I was in November, you're gonna have to wait till May. And same thing for Mission Impossible. If you're waiting to see that in May, you got to wait even longer until the next September. Well, at least we're still getting Venom and Ghostbusters this year, so that's it, man. But we'll see if they're gonna stay there for long. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. And speaking of waiting, for the first time since 2019, for the first time since the pandemic started, Universal's Halloween Horror Nights is back, folks. That's right, Halloween Horror Nights is back. Of course, as usual, running from September to the first week of November, I believe. They started doing it. It used to be from September to October, but they added a little extra week in the week of November. So if you guys are excited for this year's Hollywood Horror Nights, or you guys want to know what's been announced for this year's Hollywood Horror Nights, I can tell you what has been announced as far as like the haunted houses from movies or TV series. You got the Universal Monsters, The Bride of Frankenstein Lives. You have Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You have Netflix's The Haunting of the Hill House and Beetlejuice. And everything else is all original haunted houses, scare zones, and show, and everything else in between. So yeah, Once again, Hollywood Horror Nights is back. So if you guys are excited to go to Horror Nights this year, so all I gotta say is just be careful out there. Wear your mask at all costs. All right, and you'll have a great time. So I don't know if I'm going, but we'll have to wait and see. And speaking of theme parks and everything else, let's switch over from Universal to Disney. So as you guys already know, that Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, as I mentioned before, was supposed to open last summer, but it got delayed. So instead, it's probably going to release on October 1st. So many people had got a chance to get a sneak peek of Remy's Ratatouille ride. So they changed up not only the ride itself, but they changed out some of the areas in the French Pavilion. And some people got a chance to look around, not only look around with just the attraction, but also like the new quick service restaurant, or maybe restaurants or shop merchandise that might open around the attraction. So once again, if you're planning to go to Disney in the fall, winter time for the holidays, so Remy's Ratatouille Ride Adventure is going to be open October 1st. Like a couple weeks before the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney starts. So get your plans together if you're going to be going out to Disney when the 50th anniversary starts. And not only that, we got news from there, but another restaurant I've been mentioning before, that the new restaurant that's going to be near Mission Space in Epcot. So Walt Disney had finally broke the announcement that the Space 220 restaurant, Epcot's newest restaurant dining experience near Mission Space, will now open on September 20th. Not that far behind. So if you guys have not seen the concept art or like the video, I would ask you guys check it out on whatever Disney Walt is sharing the concept art and like the video form of what's gonna be, whether it's Orlando Forum, Disney World News, their YouTube page, and everything else. So see if it's worth going. If they have like the menus up, what's it gonna be, I would say check it out if you are planning to check out that restaurant. So yeah, that was so that's it for as far as theme park news. So let's get into some sports news. So if you guys have already know that the Respect the Combat podcast is back. So if you guys are sports fans, WWE fans, AEW fans, video game fans, I suggest you check it out. It's on Spotify, it's on Google Podcasts, it's on Anchor, so you guys should check that out. And we also have post our predictions for this Sunday's AEW All Out pay-per-view for predictions. If you got to check out predictions, check out through our Facebook page. That's at Respect the Combat. So as far as sports news, we're going to be talking about WWE. WWE reporting making a massive change to WrestleMania 38 next year, was going to be in Dallas, Texas. So WWE's next WrestleMania event, WrestleMania 38, was originally announced for April 3rd, 2022 at the AT&T Stadium in Austin, Texas, outside of Dallas, home of the Dallas Cowboys. The company initial announcement earlier this year that the show will be back on a one-night event at the WrestleMania 36 and WrestleMania 37 will both stretch to across 2 nights. WrestleMania 36 took place inside of an empty performance center at the start of the pandemic, while WrestleMania 37 operated in a limited crowd at Tampa's Raymond James Stadium. According to a new report from Fightful's Shang, WWE is now making a WrestleMania 38 2 nights long as well, barring for any changes. This will be the first 2-night WrestleMania to have a potential sold-out crowd for both nights. WWE's last Mania that took place in AT&T Stadium was WrestleMania 32, that set the attendance record for the annual event, over 1,000 people. Now, the big rumor match for next year's WrestleMania is a dream match between WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Now, nothing has been confirmed, although Johnson said in the past that he would love to face Reigns, while the Tribal Chief has brought in a match in numerous interviews. Reigns saw his Universal Championship reign includes to a full-year calendar earlier this week. So, as you all know, I'm a big The Rock fan, Dwayne Johnson fan, way before he started a big acting career when he was in the WWF, now WWE. So, as you all know, WWE at times and tried the numerous times to try to get The Rock back to WWE, but you know his matches, movie schedule, he'd be so busy at times and all that stuff. So now, if there's any way to have this Roman Reigns versus Rock match, I think this is a time to do it, because if they wanted to do it at WrestleMania 39, which will be in Los Angeles, I feel like it's a long stretch. But I would say to do it now, while you have a large crowd of this capacity at AT&T Stadium, because you don't know when. Even though The Rock say he's officially retired, but he said we have to have one more match, especially with Roman Reigns. So I suggest they should do it now, at this point. But and as far as having next year's WrestleMania 38 across 2 nights, I think that should be a good thing, because you don't want people to sit there for like a full 5 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours. No, that's crazy. It's better to do it 2 nights so you can stretch it out and see like which match is going to be on night 1 and which match on night 2 is going to be interesting. So it's better to do it that way. So I say every WrestleMania should be 2 nights. That's how it should be. But that's the latest news as far as WWE going forth with WrestleMania next year. But if I have more new update on that, I might announce it here on Tricology News Talk, or we might talk about it on the Respect the Combat podcast. And moving forward, so as you guys know, it's been 10 years since we lost the late R&B singer Aaliyah, and for the first time ever, 25 years after his release, Aaliyah's "One in a Million" made top 10 in the Billboard's charts this week. Black Radio shared it on Instagram, and now after 10 years, you can finally stream all Aaliyah's albums and other soundtracks that you might have been on Spotify or any Apple Music or any music streaming service. So this is a report. During this original release, the album debuted at number 20 on the chart and sold a million copies in its first week. It peaked at number 8 and spent 68 weeks on the chart. "One in a Million" released on digital platforms on its 25-year anniversary via Black Records, a new partnership with Empire, including fan favorites like "Hot on Fire" and "Girl You If You Know," 4 page letter, "Gotta Give It Up," one "Gave It My Heart Too," and of course the title track, or "One in a Million." So this is a great success. If you guys don't know about it, I suggest check out the albums. She did 2 movies, one with "Romeo Must Die" with Jet Li, and of course the late DMX, and then of course "Queen of the Damned." So I suggest you check those out. So it's great to see that Aaliyah is back on the charts, and great to hear her story, to hear the music that she was for, that her legacy is still going on. And moving forward, so for all my DC fans, y'all better get ready, because if you enjoyed DC Fandom last year, well, it's coming back, and it will be streaming on DCFandom.com and the DC Fandom YouTube page on October 6th, 16th. So everything that they announced. So as far as Superman Lewis, Supergirl, Batwoman, Stargirl on the CW, Doom Patrol, Titans, and of course the upcoming Peacemaker on HBO Max. So you're going to hear a lot of sneak peeks and updates on that, including new upcoming movies such as The Batman, Black Adam, The Flash, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, DC League of Super Pets, and Shazam! Fury of the Gods. That's going to be in theaters. So and of course any other video games that's going to be upcoming video games going to be coming out. So I suggest if you guys are a fan of DC, you guys should check that out. And that's all for as far as the news and updates. So let's get into some movie reviews, shall we? So our first movie review I'm going to be talking about is the rebirth of Candyman. That's right. This was directed by Nia DaCosta. She will be directing the upcoming sequel for Captain Marvel, known as The Marvels. So yeah, check that out. This was written by Dakota as well as Jordan Peele. Who of course Jordan Peele has to produce the film. So anything that Jordan Peele put his hands on in horror movies, you got to check that out. So the film stars Younger Badur Mateen II, Torsa Paris, Nathan George, and Carmen DeLong, along with Vanessa Williams, Tony Todd, and Virginia Madsen reprising their roles from the original film. So this was really good. Nia DaCosta's directing was really good, and solely blends the social commentary with horror, and it had its slow moments, but it was definitely worth seeing. And the kills, oh my god! If you love like gory kill scenes, you're gonna love that push. But this was I like how they kind of didn't go with the sequels, because the sequel was garbage. The first two sequels was garbage. I like how they made it as a direct sequel to the first one, because like I said before, the first two sequels that they made was garbage. So yeah, I'm glad they made it as a direct sequel to the first one, and they kind of explained like the backstory of everything that happened in the first film, leading up to like 27 years from now, the events of what's going on right now. So this was really good. So like any of y'all that are horror fans, you guys should check this out. So I definitely give this movie a A. So this was just really great. And then going forth into our next movie review, and that's going to be the MCU's Marvel's latest new film, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. This was really good. So this one was directed by Destin Daniels Seaton. So I don't know too much of this dude, but he's best known for Short Term 12, The Glass Cinder, and also Judge Mercy on there. And then all the actors here was mostly all Asian actors from here, but this movie was really good. All the actors that did great. The choreography of the action scene was really great. The representation of the Asian culture, and of course the actors that played Shang-Chi, and also what's the other guy's name? Oh my god, I keep gonna. Yeah, Shang-Chi's father. But those two actors did really great. And as far as the fight scenes that Shang-Chi did, like in the first half of the movie, I expected it to be like a Bruce Lee type fight scenes, but it felt more as a Jackie Chan fight scenes. And like, if this movie was made in the 90s, so Jackie Chan would definitely be Shang-Chi in this one. If this movie was made in the 90s, but it blended very well to it. So like, it felt the first half of the movie's fight scenes felt like a a good 90s action film, but with today's modern era with superpowers and like superhero strip and all that stuff. But some of the jokes were good and they were corny at time, but it was definitely worth doing it. And there was a pretty good cameos in the movie that you gotta check it out, and also kind of understand who are the 10 rings and in the comments, so you guys know who they are. And but everything else, this was a really good action Marvel flick. So expect to see Shang-Chi in the Avengers soon, and we'll see how that gonna move forward. And I definitely give this movie an A as well. So but that's all for you guys today. So if you guys have any comments on everything I just mentioned, put your comments below. If you're watching on YouTube, and of course if you're listening on Anchor, Google Podcasts, or Spotify, go to the YouTube link down below and post your comments there as well. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell when new episodes or video are uploaded. And other than that, this is Trico, and I'm signing off. Peace.